Reinstatement is obviously one of the three key elements of a dilapidations claim: disrepair, redecorating, and reinstatement. On the face of it, reinstatement might seem quite simple, that a tenant is paying, as part of the damages it's paying to a landlord, it is for failure to reinstate alterations that tenant's carried out. A building surveyor acting independently might mistakenly assume that some claimed reinstatement was carried out by the tenant under that lease. But closer examination of the documentation might reveal that those alterations were carried out under a previous lease, and that the lease that you're now dealing with the dilapidations claim under does not make a contractual provision obligating the tenant to reinstate alterations carried out under a previous lease. So having two surveyors on the job provides that safety net, if you like. You're less likely to fall foul of accepting claimed reinstatement that in fact you're not liable for. And those can be sometimes quite big ticket items. So for example, we act for a couple of high street banks. Commonly, what is claimed for reinstatement is stripping out the banking hall, the old style, old fashioned banking hall. What we often find is that became part of the demise. It became part of the leased premises by lease renewals over the years. So in fact, it's for the landlord to strip out the banking hall, not the tenant, as the landlord is erroneously claiming. And with that, therefore, a whole load of other dilapidations work falls away. Because if you're claiming, for example, to redecorate the inside of the ground floor, well, if you decorated that before you stripped out the now redundant bank fittings, you'd ruin the decorations, wouldn't you? So reinstatement is something to not be assumed as a blanket thing. What the tenant definitely did, they're not necessarily now liable to reinstate, because what's there became part of the leased premises by subsequent lease renewals.